I trip, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy. It's Kung Fu Spinny.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff on the ones and twos. Press that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. It's very, very much appreciated. Coming off of our Super Bowl Sunday. First and foremost, real quick, happy birthday, Uncle T. Fox.
Happy birthday, Uncle T.
She was chilling with him last night. He didn't say nothing about his birthday.
Yeah, nothing.
He said nothing about
We were
his
at
birthday.
his house all night last night. He didn't say anything, but happy birthday, Uncle T. And we appreciate you for having the boys over. It was a great time.
Sir.
A lot of good food, a lot of laughs being shared, a lot of magazines being looked at.
Yes.
It was a good time.
I wasn't touching those things.
We didn't know if the pages would stick
Bro was
together.
like, you want one? I was like, I'm good. I could see him from when you were opening them. Like I said, to smash that like button. If you see my guys stick in the streets, make sure you guys have some diapers. Some clean ones, though. Some size 0. I don't know how. I think it's size 0.
Yeah.
He had a diaper party over the weekend, too. So if you guys see Stick, congratulate him on his brand new baby. And hook him up with some diapers, Target card, whatever you got to do. But on to sports. Where do you want to start this one, Spinny?
I would probably say the Super Bowl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Super Bowl did happen yesterday. All right. First thing I have in the Super Bowl. Who do you think's going to win?
Who do I think's going to win? The Lions.
No, what did you take away from the Super Bowl, though?
It was a defensive battle, man. It was a defensive battle. Everybody was saying, I saw it on Twitter, a bunch of different people, oh, the Lions would have won this game. They would have been up 35, like Antonio Brown, so like 38-10 right now or whatever. I mean, they definitely would have had the best offense on the field in that game, but I don't know if their defense would have been able to go up against those were two elite defenses.
Oh, yeah.
We saw last night. They were both flying around, making tackles, making hits everywhere. Obviously, overtime, nobody knew what the fuck was going on with overtime. Like, did they win? Did they not win? Is the clock going to run out? Does the clock not stop? What happens now? But it was a good game overall. Usher killed the performance. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, because we got all day to talk sports, and I promise you we will. The Usher performance, the
good.
Backlash,
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
I didn't either.
I can see it not being your favorite. I can see you not loving it, but to say it was bad, that blew my mind.
I thought it was a great performance.
I think we ended up saying it was top 5.
Yeah.
If
Alicia
not top
Keys
5, top
looking
10.
fine.
Oh, my.
Her shredding on the
Alicia.
guitar. Luda popped up. Lil Jon popped up. Dude was flying in the background.
That was awesome. I didn't peep that till we were driving home.
Yeah. I thought it was a great performance.
I thought it was great, too. Listen, if you didn't enjoy that, you either just aren't old enough, right, to have live through the Usher era, or 2, you just didn't enjoy the 90s. You didn't allow yourself to enjoy the 90s into the 2000s because, like, Usher was playing banger after banger after banger after banger. Then I went today, like, I don't know, this is weird shit I do. I rewatched Michael Jackson's, and then I rewatched Prince's. Because that's Uncle T, who's seen more Super Bowl than the two of us combined.
Yes.
He said those were his top 2, and everything else just underneath that. So I was like, okay. Michael just danced his ass off, performed. He's the greatest performer of all time. Prince sang his ass off. He's phenomenal with
And
music.
he's playing Purple Rain, and it started raining.
Yeah.
Like,
Purple.
Illuminati.
yeah.
I see you started floating from above
Yeah.
the surface. No, but I feel like Usher's a little bit of combination of that. Like a little bit of singing, a little bit of performance, and like, bro,
Watch
banger
this.
after banger after banger. Like, I forgot how many bangers Usher actually had.
Oh, yeah, dude. Usher's got hits, man. And he was groping Alicia Keys on stage.
Oh, man.
It was
Oh my god.
crazy. I thought Swizz Beats was going to
Look
come down from the ceiling.
Take a look at Swizz 22 here.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh my god.
So, goddamn, Alicia Keys is so
She
fine, bro.
She is gorgeous.
She
bro.
is gorgeous.
She looked stunning last night.
Yeah.
And she knew what she was doing walking sideways like that, so you can see all that.
How that age.
hourglass, yeah.
You know
she
what?
had it on her butt.
Let me hit
That
that.
Alicia Keys is one hot piece of ace.
To be fair though, like the same way if you're dating like an actress and she's in movies like making out with dudes, it's just like part of like the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
I feel like we're just making more of it than it is because of Adam 22 probably.
Yeah,
don't
definitely
know.
because I don't.
Yeah, I mean, they're just performing, doing the thing.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, he did. I mean, there was one part I'd be like, okay. In the very beginning, when he was like around her ass, I was like, all right, that was unnecessary, sir.
And like dude was just the whole time. As soon as she stepped on to sing, he was just like,
I mean, how could you not?
It's
Yeah.
just like
It was in red and shiny too. Like
It was
I don't know.
definitely a sight to behold.
You're the music guy, Chris. You have a whole what's your podcast called?
the Rap Cave podcast. So we've been doing that, and we're definitely going to break down the halftime there on that this week. But I thought it was phenomenal. I just like I kind of started with like a B- or a B, like really good, but not the best. But as I thought about it, it really was well done. I mean, the set list was flowing. It was 40 seconds of each song, like the best snippets of it, almost like it was like a TikTok or Instagram performance. That was dope. Like you said, bringing out all the different people was awesome. And I just feel like it kind of ended weird though. Like it kind of just like, it was ending, but the camera was just on him for like an extra second or two, and then he paused. And it was like, see ya. And that kind of like spoiled it, but other than that, yeah, it's probably like a top 5 performance for me. The hip hop person, like I'm always
It's
gonna
definitely
say
better than
Kendrick
Rihanna
one.
being pregnant and just
Yeah.
standing there.
Yeah, all due respect to Rihanna, but like that's
She
really
didn't
what that
do
was.
anything.
Yeah, she did a little bit. I watched that today too. She did a little of these. You know what I'm saying? And she's got bangers, but it was
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, she wasn't the performer that Usher, like you said, Usher was rollerblading at times. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true too.
Like he was all over the floor. He was killing it. That's why to me, like I think my top 4 are pretty clear in the Prince, MJ, the Kendrick Drake, or Kendrick Dre and everybody, the West Coast one, and then this one. I think like
Yeah, the West Coast one was sick, especially because it was in LA.
West,
Yeah.
West,
and LA
West,
was
West.
playing.
Yeah.
And you had, $1.50 hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like,
that inflation.
That inflation. That's the best joke of 2023.
Yeah, that was.
That shit was so funny. Nick, what'd you make of the Super Bowl halftime performance?
I was smacking food. I had to pick up my the wings I was telling you guys about, and I had Thai food being delivered. Like I had a lot going on at once, so I missed the Usher halftime. I have not been able to watch it. Obviously, Usher's a legend, but I don't go too crazy about these halftime performances. They're really just not for me.
MP's talking about the Jesus Gets Us.
Yeah, that was weird.
JC shelled out a lot of money for the Super Bowl ads,
did.
man. There was like 4 or 5 just.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that man can turn water to wine. What can he turn
Yeah,
to cash?
bro.
Like, I'm sure he's got it.
There
like
was a lot
that.
of
Who's
religious
that?
ads.
I'm sure he's got
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like
I don't know.
But yeah, JC, big year for JC in the Super Bowl ads. He was coming up.
He was coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you guys. I've never been like a big on the Super Bowl ads. I mean, I watch them. I'm there for them, but I'm never like, oh, I wonder what they are this year. Didn't even catch you guys' eye this year.
I pay
don't
less
remember
and less
one.
attention each year.
Dude,
Oh,
the New York dude.
the
The real
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
deal.
yeah, the
yeah.
Christopher Walken one. When he-
Oh yeah.
The
The
best
first
part
dude.
was the first dude.
Yeah,
It
that
was
one
like,
was funny.
this is great.
This
So,
is the real deal.
them trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to drop the hard R.
That was funny
was
as
wild.
shit.
That shit
That
was
was
crazy.
that. Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, those my 1 and 2.
He said neighbor.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor.
He's like, bird. Ball. That shit was pretty
This
funny.
woman's in labor. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good one, too.
The Ben Affleck boy band commercial, yeah, that was pretty good.
Did you like the
That was cringe to me.
Kanye like 30 seconds?
The Kanye one was
That
Wait,
was
what?
ridiculous.
yeah.
Kanye was in an ad?
Yeah.
Kanye, yeah, it was like just him on his phone. Like, I paid all this money for the commercial spot, and I forgot to pay for the commercial, so go to Yeezy.com. I got shoes, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That was
Okay.
it.
Makes you
Easy,
kinda
and
sad.
it was like
I must have been in
uploaded
the bathroom for
as
that
a. It was like uploaded in like real format, you know, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was exported the other way, so it was just like an all black screen.
Yeah.
And then him
And
just
like-
in dark in his car.
Oof.
It was weird.
Oh,
And
it
he
was
still
trash.
He still
The
got
Pringles
whole
one was funny.
Thing too.
Oh, yeah,
the
Pringles one was
Pringles
funny.
can
That was
unlock
good.
Chris Pratt's
I
phone.
like that one.
Yeah, that one was funny. Yeah, I guess those would be the 3 then.
I mean, it's not worse than his album though.
I can't believe they were trying to get Arnold Schwarzenegger like that, bro.
They were trying to give him the hard R.
They tried to. The dude was like neighbor, neighbor.
Neighbor.
They were trying to get him to drop the R's, man. That was pretty wild. That was a funny commercial. Oh, and the one even though I already saw it before the Super Bowl, the Patrick
What?
Stewart one where he throws Hey Arnold, like that
Oh,
shit's
yeah.
funny as hell. I'll throw the boy. Creed comes out, he's like, shut your mouth, Barrymore. Dude.
The other part, too, that I was thinking the whole entire time when I first watched that one was like, Honestly, that throw's probably going just as far if Tua threw it. It's probably missing it as well.
Yeah.
He's probably, short arming that one too. What about Kelsey bossing up on Andy Reid last night?
Yeah.
What would you take away on that one?
I saw A.J. Brown said if that was me, I would have got kicked out of the league.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying. That's
I meant to send one video.
the best one is like, man, my bitch is here. You make me sick.
Dude, that shit was funny.
That shit was so funny.
Like, I remember, and I'll send it if I can find it, or if Chris is down, because it'll be over by then. Actually, no, we still got time. I'll send it. But at one point during the season, I don't remember which game it was, but Kelsey threw his helmet, and he's throwing a fit the same way kind of was last night. And one of the workers, when they gave it back to him, and Andy Reid grabbed it from his hand and was like, no, fuck that. Like, he needs to calm down or whatever. And then once he gave it back to him, Andy Reid was like chest bumping him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like their relationship. And it's also different when, like, one guy is like 65 years old, 300 plus pounds. His knees probably don't work as well from playing football.
300 pounds probably saved him though and kept him upright. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like it looked worse than what it would. Oh no, because he was pretty aggressive.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, he's pretty aggressive actually.
I was worried his knee was gonna buckle and that was it because he blindsided him.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
Yeah.
It actually worried me. I was like, what if Reed goes down on these sidelines? Who's coaching? You know, what if he got pulled out like Travis? That would have just horrible.
And the Drake Greenlaw stuff, man.
CTE. What'd you say?
Trey Greenlaw, I felt bad for him.
Achilles.
And
that like second quarter
that
too?
changed the game. Yeah. Travis Kelce, he was locking Travis Kelce down. Travis Kelce had one catch for 1 yard until he got taken out.
I don't know about all that.
I do. Like, he was playing him very, very well.
I don't think that makes as much as a difference. I mean, Travis Kelce.
You don't think the starting linebacker that was guarding him for the majority of the game when he only had one catch getting injured and leaving the field doesn't affect it?
Correct.
Why? How?
Because he wasn't the one guarding the entire game. Maybe at certain reps, yeah. He's also not known as like a coverage linebacker.
He's
known as like
he was doing a great job.
He's known as a box defender, laying the law down. He's not really like a. It's not what he's known for. Coverage.
Romo was bad too.
You just hate Romo.
I do hate Romo.
Yeah, to be fair. The funniest shit. I love
sorry,
him.
I was
mind
watching
him at
some Jesus feed.
Whoa. I don't get it.
I didn't see that commercial either.
Yeah, Chris kept saying to us, we were like, what are you talking about?
Tarantino directed the commercial. Chris was saying, that was pretty weird.
Romo sucked, dude. At the end, too, it just like put the nail in the coffin that I hate Tony Romo as a broadcaster. He's like, if you're trying to get 3, you got to get 2 first. Oh yeah, no shit, Tony. Like real great deductive research there. Yeah, to win 3 in a row, you got to win 2 in a row first. And you know what you got to do before that? You got to win 1. It's crazy how that works, Tony.
Jim, he didn't really do that last night.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
He was singing at the before
that
halftime.
shit was funny.
His edible started kicking in. Motherfucker started singing "Rolling the Deep."
That shit was. Even Jim Nance is like, "All right, let's go to commercial."
Yeah. It's literally like me and you.
That's what I tweeted. I was like, that's shit I do on the show all the time. Dude's in the Super Bowl right now.
You should have admiration for him then.
No.
I fuck with Tony.
He says dumb. And he's just got that stupid cheese dick smile, just that smug face that you just want to punch in the mouth, dude.
So I'm so said worst Super Bowl ever. What?
No.
I like that one.
No, the Rams.
Jared Goff and Tom Brady worst
Rams
Super Bowl.
Patriots is the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Snooze fest.
That was terrible.
It was like 13-6 or something like that.
Just awful. There was only 1 touchdown.
No, that was awful. And then Patrick Mahomes, true Patrick Mahomes fashion, doing what he did. We'll get into that. Matter of fact, let's do that now. You want to tell us about Planet Fitness?
I will. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Merch.
Get you some merch at woodwardsports.com today by clicking the shop tab. They got hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. So if you're tired of your same old Detroit sports merch, go ahead and go to woodwardsports.com and click the shop tab today and get you some fly gear.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Nicholas Call-Off, a.k.a. Detroit Mario,
Let's
a.k.a. Uncle
go.
Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Where do you want to go first? You want to do the GOAT talk? You want to do the Shanahan choke talk?
What's Jack Labrador for it?
All right. Which one do you want to represent?
I'll do GOAT talk.
Okay.
Because all I do is win.
I'll do choke talk. That's all I
Alright.
do to women. Not in a bad way. Totally acceptable, fun way.
All right, ready?
Travis Kelce. Jack Labrador. Jack Labrador.
Damn it.
All right. Is Kyle Shanahan a choke artist?
It's starting to look like it. I mean, how many Super Bowls are you going to go to and lose? Like, 3 losses in the Super Bowl, that's tough. I understand, like, it was with Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy, but come on, man. Like, you have an all-star team. You have a team with first-team All-Pros littered throughout the lineup on both sides of the ball. You need to get over the hump eventually. And I get it, like, Andy Reid didn't win a Super Bowl until Patrick Mahomes got there. And Bill Belichick didn't win a Super Bowl until Tom Brady got there.
Yes.
But those guys weren't consistently getting the Super Bowls. Like, Andy Reid was in 1 Super Bowl before he had Patrick Mahomes, and he did lose. But this guy has now had 3 opportunities at it, and he's lost all of them. So I think at some point you need to start having that conversation that he's choking in the biggest spots. His offense choked hard against New England. Just abandoned the run. We know 27 straight points, and New England got that chip when he was in Atlanta. And in San Francisco now, he's choked a couple times. So I do think it's time to start having that conversation that this guy can't get it done in the biggest spot.
I hate it, bro.
He's a great coach. He's a
hate
great
it,
play
dude.
caller, but some people just ain't cut like that.
Come on. Listen, that would hold true in any other circumstance or any other case of circumstances that didn't include Patrick Mahomes and Tom fucking Brady. Like those are the 2 people he's losing to.
That's what you got to, if you want to win the Super Bowl, you got to beat the best.
Patrick
to
Mahomes
be the man,
and Tom Brady.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. Eli Manning went out there and he beat Tom Brady.
Brother.
Tom Brady beat Patrick Mahomes. I know that's a fucking Spider-Man meme, but like to be the man, you got to beat the man, and you can't have that excuse. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you're gonna have to beat the best players in the world,
brother.
That's what you have to do.
You dragged. Listen. Because the context of the situation is crazy. First and foremost, I already mentioned Tom Brady and Patrick freaking Mahomes. Those are the 2 guys he's lost to. Like, again, any other circumstance, validity's there. Let's add some more context. And you already mentioned this too. First one, Jimmy Garoppolo. Certified, I don't want to call him a bum, that's disrespectful, NFL player, dated porn stars, $40 million contract.
Handsome
all
guy.
that good stuff like that. But at the NFL level, compared against his peers, fucking bum. Average at best. All right? That's who he took to the Super Bowl the first time around, going against Patrick Mahomes.
Hey.
Second time, Mr. Irrelevant. Literally the last pick in the entire fucking draft.
Who was an MVP
Brock
candidate
Purdy.
all year.
He wasn't a real MVP candidate. Christian McCaffrey got more MVP votes than him. No one, listen, anybody who voted for him as an MVP candidate, turn in your credentials. That's just awful. I mean, what are we doing here? I have respect for him as like a game manager, but he's not MVP caliber worth. Like, that's not even an argument I'm going to use here. Or allow, I mean, it's disrespectful, I guess, to turn that down. But I'm not looking at Brock Purdy as an MVP candidate. But Mr. Irrelevant and Jimmy Garoppolo going up against Patrick fucking Mahomes. It's him getting the Super Bowl with those guys alone.
You know what? Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady being on the other side doesn't have to do with it.
Huh.
It doesn't have to do with your offense completely shutting down. It doesn't have to do with you giving up 27 straight points, not scoring a single point
crazy.
against the Patriots. It doesn't have to deal with your offense not being able to do anything in the second half against the Chiefs in this Super Bowl. Like, I understand, those are two of the GOATs. Those are 1A, 1B when you talk about GOAT conversation. But to win a Super Bowl, you're going to have to beat the best teams. You're going to have to beat the best players. So at some point, it's not just, he's had bad luck. That's what you want. That's what you got to do. To get the girl, you got to slay the dragon. To save the princess, you got to slay the dragon.
Brother,
and you're going to have to slay that Patrick Mahomes dragon if you want to win the Super Bowl.
Very few are slaying those dragons.
Well, then very few are in the
call
conversation.
him a choke artist again. Patrick Mahomes, Tom, that's fucking insane to me. And on top of that too, like to get there, like they got them, they scored their field goal. It is what it is. But Patrick Mahomes, this is how great this fucking guy is. Like, let's not forget that game-winning drive, 1 4th down conversion, which he converted on his feet. Another 2 more 3rd down conversions, which another one of those was on his feet as well. Like that's just how great Mahomes is. Like that's what he does. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, they're in the same class too. Now you had Matt Ryan in that situation. You weren't controlling the defense over there too. You're kind of like the offensive coordinator. But I remember I look back at the numbers actually for that one too.
MVP Matt Ryan, by the way.
MVP Matt Ryan. MVP Matt Ryan because of what though?
Kyle Shanahan.
And
then choked in the playoffs.
Let's not disrespect this man for what he is. He's one of the greatest head coaches in the game.
How many times do you get to go there and lose and then be like, okay, it's still fine?
Is anybody going there with Mr. Irrelevant and Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, it doesn't matter if you go there if you don't get it done. Nobody talks about the team that lost in the Super Bowl.
You talk about
the winner.
Right now. People are dick sucking him right now
because he won 3 Super Bowls,
and he didn't do it until what?
He got Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly,
but he didn't lose 3. He wasn't
good enough to get there that many times. Like, I don't understand. Like, we're knocking him down for getting there more times than Andy Reid.
So did the Bills teams choke? Were those Bills? Was that a known choking team?
What do you mean?
That Bills team that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row?
I didn't live that era.
They choked. They choked. They got to the biggest stage and they choked every single
time.
There
4 consecutive times, that's a different story.
Getting there is awesome.
Scenarios,
getting there is awesome. Getting there, here you go, kid. Pat on the back, Kyle. Great game. But you got to fucking win it. If you want to be a great coach, if you want to be recognized with the GOATs, you need to win Super Bowls.
And it's going to happen. This guy's, 38, 37 years old?
We'll see.
Like this is
until
crazy
then, he's not beating the choking allegations.
I'm not giving him any choking allegations. I'm sorry, I can't do it. And then name me another coach in this league that's going to the Super Bowl with fucking Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Name me another coach in this league who lost 3 Super Bowls in the past 10 years.
Name me another one that's going to 3 Super Bowls in the past 10 years.
Bill Belichick.
And again, with Jimmy Garoppolo and
Andy
Brock
Reid.
Purdy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just wild to me.
He's not a choker. Like, you can't say he's not a choker because he literally has gone there and he's
on top of that too, and I didn't get to say this part too. Back to the Atlanta series that he had, 2 of those series, 2 false starts, dropping him back 10 yards, and then another one was a fumble from Matt Ryan. Those are like that shit, like out of his. Like what was the fuck he's supposed to do in those situations? And then that was before the overtime. Only 2 overtimes in Super Bowl history. Shanahan lost both. Check this out, though. That's before the overtime the way it was yesterday.
That's fucked.
That's
fucked. Choke shit.
That is fucked. But if they had the rules of, like, what we saw yesterday, maybe you would have won with the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, who's to say? All momentum was against him in that one, too. But, Nick, where you at with this one?
The biggest reason to me why I feel like he did choke away this game, we all know that he went against the best in Patrick Mahomes, and that's why you have to defer so you can have your offense out there on those 4th downs. That KC converted was because they knew they had to go for it.
Yeah.
That's why I just completely think that Shanahan did choke away this game. A, you have to go for it on those 4th downs. B, you'll have a chance to go for 2 and completely win the game against, say, Kansas City scores and goes for a field goal. You have a chance to score another touchdown and win the game going for 2 if you would have deferred. 3, your defense gets a turnover, field goal wins you the game.
Yeah.
Those are it's just completely blasphemy to me that they would take the ball first, because if you go for a field goal, you're losing that game to Mahomes.
So his reasoning for taking the ball first.
I thought it was a dumb reason.
He wanted to be the last one with the opportunity to score, and I get it because
he didn't go for it on 4th down in the first OT though.
Patrick Mahomes in that situation.
Yeah,
like I'd rather have the ball last than Patrick Mahomes. We see what happens when Patrick Mahomes has the ball last. It's not It's not pretty.
Yeah, if you,
It's not pretty.
I agree. I
Pun
thought
intended.
he
It's
should have
definitely not
deferred.
pretty.
I thought that would have been the better choice.
Say what time?
I thought he should have deferred because then you know what you need after
Yeah.
their first possession. That's where I was at. But Neil made a good point of he's with Shanahan's reasoning because if you both score touchdowns, then you have the ball in a sudden death scenario. So if you do take the ball in that new overtime situation, you have to score a touchdown or you're going to get Mahomes. You're going to get Mahomes and autoed. Like, you need to score that touchdown there or you're going to get beat.
I can't, dude.
I'm saying on some of those, yeah, that was a funny one. Yeah, me cracking up. Yeah, almost there, I King. Don't worry. But yeah, I just think on those fourth downs, maybe they don't run some of those same plays Kansas City. I
don't like the hindsight shit like that though. Like,
I mean, you have to change up your game plan when you're playing against a Mahomes, against a Brady, and I feel like just deferring was the right move there. I questioned it the moment it happened.
Me too.
The moment it happened, I questioned it.
Smitty
Easy.
did too. I was in the room when he did it. I don't have any issue with it personally. I see the logic in it. I see where again you don't want Mahomes to have the ball in that situation, and then going for it on that fourth down is like, okay, well now like all they need is the field goal to win. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't get that fourth down, I will say I wish they probably ran a little bit more in the third quarter. Because we saw in the OT when they started off just running, we were like, oh shit, like they could just run it and they'll be straight. Mm-hmm. That's when I didn't know the overtime rules though too. I was like, yeah, just run and then you close it out, done, it's yours. But I don't know, man. I think you have to give respect where respect's due, and that's like the conversation that's going to lead to the next segment is Patrick Mahomes a fucking GOAT? Because like I get it, call him a choker if you want, but like Patrick Mahomes is fucking insane.
He is.
He is insane. Tom Brady, what he's done in this league. We thought, I think, we still kind of safe to say it because what he's done is literally insane too. But we'll never see again in our lifetime. Here we are.
We're seeing it.
We might see it again in this lifetime. I mean, this is nuts.
He's halfway there in 6 years. In 6 years, he's got 3 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and 2 MVPs.
Chris, I apologize, man. I didn't even get to go to you during the choke stuff either.
Yeah, I just feel like when it comes to that, you have to say he's starting to choke because Spencer made up the good point of Patrick Mahomes is only on one side of the ball. And you are known as the offensive guy, and your offense stalls with the lead. Like this is a guy that has consistently come up short. So I think I get your point of okay, his Super Bowl losses are to the two people that were having the discussion for GOAT.
Yeah,
considering what he has too. But you know what he does have that Mahomes doesn't have right now is a star-studded team. Mahomes has good players on his team, but you can't tell me top to bottom. Watching the first 3 quarters of that game, it is clear San Fran is the better team top to bottom, like completely clear. So for that to happen, and then for you to have the lead and then come up short, I think you have to consider it. You have to consider it a choke. And if you want to, like Spencer said, if you want to say you can't say he's not a choker.
Bro.
You can't say he's not like. You don't have to say he is a choker, but it's very hard to make the argument that he's not.
I don't agree. I mean, again, the context of like what he went to war with and then what he was going up against. I mean, did anybody in this room have a doubt when Patrick Mahomes got that ball that he wasn't going to go out there and score?
They held him to fourth. They had him at 4th down.
Did you think that he was going to go out there and score though?
Yes.
Yeah.
You thought Patrick Mahomes was going to score?
Yeah.
100%. I thought he was going to score on that last drive.
Yeah.
Giving him the ball to get a touchdown.
Yeah,
yes.
that's why we said yes.
Yeah. No, I said I thought you didn't think he was going to score.
Oh, no. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly, bro. And then
you need to win it in the regulation.
Here's another sample, actually, too. And this is one I want an answer for because I don't know the answer to it. If anybody's listening in the chat and any historians, and I want you to come accurate with it, too, because I don't want to be up here saying dumb shit. Can you name me any other coach that's gone to the Super Bowl with multiple different quarterbacks?
Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Another great coach, though. But, yeah. Outside of that, and guess what though?
I don't know. That was easy.
Sean McVay got there. Got there with a certain type of quarterback. Said, "Fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna get this done with this type of quarterback." Then what do? He went and got a guy who could make shit happen, and then they go happen. They won the fucking Super Bowl. Like Andy Reid, another example of it. Got there, but when he got his quarterback, then he started winning.
Andy Reid did multiple quarterbacks.
Yeah, McNabb and Mahomes,
Smith, right? Because didn't he get there with
Smith never went with him.
And again, I hate for this to sound like I'm shitting on Brock Purdy and Jimmy G, but it's just the reality of the situation. Like, there are levels to this. You can say those guys are good at what they do, and then you'd be absolutely right. But, like, levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that Stafford. I'm not even gonna use Mahomes because Mahomes is in a fucking other atmosphere. But the shit that Stafford does, Purdy couldn't dream of doing.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets one of those, and don't forget too, they were trying to trade for Stafford. Mahomes hooked this boy up.
And they tried to trade for Lance.
49ers choked on
They
that
did.
one. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the worst trade
Yeah.
in the history of the NFL.
Well,
That or Deshaun.
that's actually a good question too. Is like
Just Sean.
Deshaun for sure.
after doing that, are you done with Purdy? Like, do you try to like upgrade to like a Stafford type of dude?
I think you have to. I think you got to do a last dance. Like, this window's not going to stay open forever.
Yeah, right. Like Trent Williams and well, you got all those dudes on contracts.
C-Mac, Fred
C-Mac's
Warner.
getting hella touches. How
Nick
long
Bosa.
can he
Yeah,
go
man.
for?
Yeah,
That dude was
Hargrave.
tanked up last
He,
night.
oh,
What do you have?
in overtime, man.
30 touches?
In overtime, he was gassed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. Did he do it with what's his name or something?
No. No, he didn't get there
Only
with
Brady.
Did he get there with Bledsoe?
No.
I'll do some homework.
Brady came in for Bledsoe.
AFC championship,
Yeah, and
was
won
it?
the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They're mad it turned to a piss on golf segment.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it didn't. It just come on,
Motherfuckers
guys.
always got to find a way. No.
His levels, bro. His
Hey.
levels.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's. There's levels of this haircut game too. And the top level is Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with over 18 locations, one right in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the one nearest you. And also, check out Feldman Chevrolet Novi earlier on Monday for Good Morning, or Wake Up Woodward, and BDE. Buongiorno.
Arrivederci.
Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live at WoodsportsCom. Appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. I'm Eazy. If you haven't listened, that's been Morex. That's Young Chris. That's Nicholas Koloff. And that's the like button somewhere around here. Smash it. Smash. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We're debating. I guess it's child hit your hands and choke cards. I can't see it that way when just given the history and given what he's going up against and what he's going up against in those two choking situations, or three if you will. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Goats. And the question is, me putting out this conversation the way back, and I couldn't refute anything you were saying, and I don't know if I feel any different today. Who should go this morning when you woke up?
I mean,
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
yeah.
Shout out.
Let me wash those feet.
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
Jared Goff, my Lord and Savior.
Appreciate you. I still got to go with Brady, man. I still got to go with Brady as of right now.
Because it's Black History Month. Come on.
It is February. No, I still got to go with Brady just because you never know what can happen to a guy. You never know with the trajectory, with how it's going. It does look like Patrick Mahomes is gonna get there, but like 7-3. I mean, that's still a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
And Brady did it with two teams, two regimes. If you say Patrick Mahomes wins another 2 for KC and then goes to Jacksonville and wins the chip, then I'll be like, all right, yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes. I'll say Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. He's got the most skill.
Yeah.
But winning is what's most important in sports. Winning matters more than anything else. Winning matters more than talent. Winning matters more than athletic ability. You play to win the game. And Tom Brady did it more than anybody else. So I'm saying Tom Brady as of right now. And Tom Brady beat the allegations of being Bill Belichick dependent.
Yeah.
Because he went and he did it with the Bucs.
Super
Even
team.
though that Bucs team was
Yeah,
fucked.
was stacked.
But Brady, like, don't act like he was he threw for 4,000
He
yards, like
balled that
50
year.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna still give it to Brady as of right now. But Patrick Mahomes is hot on the tail. Like, he's getting pretty damn close.
Yeah. For me, man, I'm siding with you. That's where I was in the car last night. You kept bringing up great points, though. But for me, it's 7 rings, bro.
7 rings, man.
Like, I don't care how they came. 7 rings. And like, to know that he... Because here's one thing you said that I agree. I think anybody, if you don't agree, maybe there's someone I haven't seen that maybe like a Dan Marino or something like that, but he is the most talented quarterback, the greatest skilled quarterback. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes that I've ever seen. I think that's ever played in the game. There's many people that have been in the game, watched the game for a long time, that have that same opinion. I don't think you can argue that. So for Tom Brady not to have that skill set, I give some credit to Bill Belichick too, but he did it again once without Bill Belichick. But 7 of those.
And you talked about how the past 2 for Patrick Mahomes have been with scrap heaps at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Brady never had. Brady's best receiver was Randy Moss, and they didn't win the Super Bowl that year. Brady had the stud tight end like Patrick Mahomes did. He always had a good tight end, whether it be Gronk or Aaron Hernandez. But you look at the receivers that Brady did. Brady made Deion Branch a Pro Bowler.
Relax.
Brady brought Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, and Danny Amendola to be household names.
Chris Hogan.
3, 5, 8 white dudes like are household names in the NFL because of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Who were Tom Brady's best running backs when he was winning Super Bowls? James White. Like, come
That
on.
wasn't his best.
James White was crazy in the Super Bowl. And it's like, dude, it's Brady. His defense was always loaded. All good. Like,
Yeah.
But this is what Mahomes is doing right now is how Brady won his Super Bowls his whole career. Stud tight end, great defense, nobody wide receivers. That's how Brady always did it.
Carry more like Tom Brady more, and again, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, and I hope this isn't taken in a disrespectful way, but like systematically, just finding like the open guy, just being smart, making the right throws,
dude,
take him home to your mom type guy. No, but like right, Mahomes. I mean, we witnessed it last night. If something's not there, like he'll take that bitch for 20 yards.
Yeah,
it's not like he's like the most. He's not like the fastest guy either. He just.
Brady used to tuck that bitch when he had some space.
He would.
And he looked like a gump, but he would tuck that bitch when he had some space. Yeah.
Pick up 4 when he
Pick
needed.
up 4. I've seen him break a couple. Shout out to, where was it? Damn it.
What?
Oh, somebody said it about Joe Montana. Oh, MPWMU. Joe Montana went 4-0, coke to the gills, dude. Yeah, you gotta. Like, but he had the playmaker. Like, he had, he had the record holder, but still, like. How Mahomes is doing it right now is what Brady did it with his every year. He won the Super Bowl. Yeah. Nobody wide receivers, a great tight end, and a great defense.
Yeah. I think Mahomes carries more of the load than Brady did, with all due respect.
Hell yeah.
But
yeah, no,
he's got to get to 5 or 6 before I can put him over Brady.
Yes.
And that sounds insane to say. But like this guy went back to back
and.
With, again, no disrespect, but scrap beats at the wide receiver position.
When we talk about the play callers that Brady did it with.
Oh, you know what?
Like,
dude?
Bill O'Brien is a fantastic. That was probably Brady's best OC was Bill O'Brien. But Josh McDaniels, this whiz kid, did nothing with either of his head coaching opportunities and did nothing with Mac Jones. So was it Josh McDaniels being a wizard as offensive coordinator, or was it Tom Brady being the GOAT? Evidence shows that it was Tom Brady being the GOAT.
Yeah.
So Mahomes is definitely on his way. If he has another 6 years, like these first 6 years, then yes, he is the GOAT. But
I think skill set wise, pound for pound, obviously it's Mahomes.
Yes.
Actually, we have it because they both became starters at the year 23, 23 years of age. We have the numbers, the stats before they turned 30. Look at this, bro.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening on audio, we got Tom Brady with 3,217 yards.
Oh, these are playoff stats.
Patrick Mahomes. Oh, wow. Yeah, his playoff stats before turning 30. Patrick Mahomes with 5,135. You got Tom
41
Brady
touchdowns is crazy.
to Tom Brady's 20.
Yeah.
You got Tom Brady's 9 interceptions to Patrick Mahomes 8. I'm sure Mahomes probably going to catch up or be above him in that one. But then here's this part of it too. What I'm talking about, like Mahomes kind of carrying more of the load. You got 3 Super Bowl championships, 3 Super Bowl MVPs. Tom Brady with 3 Super Bowl championships, but only 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And how about this? Because these are stats before the age of 30. Patrick Mahomes does 2 more years to go because he's only 28 years old.
Yeah.
So hot on the tail. But as you said, too, you got to take your hats off, too, for him. Just I think somebody else said in the chat. I don't know if you did it, but, like, just Tom Brady surviving that long enough to, like, do that.
Yeah.
Because guys get hurt in this league.
Guys get hurt in this league all the time. That is a motherfucker who dedicated his body, his life, his soul, his marriage, his children to the NFL. Like, he literally got divorced with a Brazilian supermodel because he was married to the game. Like, that's how you know Tom Brady's the man.
Facts.
Bro. And I love it. Like, if they three-peat next year, you might have to say it's Patty.
Yeah?
Like, if they three-peat next year, nobody has ever three-peated in the NFL.
That's fair.
If they go out there and three-peat, which they won't because the Lions win the fucking Super Bowl next year. So
That's fair,
fuck your
too.
three-peat. But he's building the case. Right now, I'm still going with Brady. And I will say I'm biased. I love Tom Brady. But Patrick Mahomes is getting up there. He's definitely 2.
Yeah.
Definitely 2.
Nick?
I think a big thing in all of this, fellas, is how long is Andy Reid going to stay with Patrick Mahomes?
And Travis Kelce.
True that. Yeah, they have a great thing going. I personally right now still stick with Brady, but in the next 10 years, I mean, would it doubt anybody to see Patrick Mahomes get 4 more Super Bowls? The way this is going right now, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
And when he gets into that game, like, I cannot believe he was an underdog in this game.
That's
like, that
insane to
was
me
just
still.
free cash
Yeah.
on everything. But I don't know if you guys saw the show Quarterback that they aired on Netflix, but the way this dude ticks and prepares, nothing's gonna stop this kid. I believe one day he will be the GOAT, and it's not today. It's not gonna be next year, even if he three-peats, but he will get to that 7 Super Bowl championships. And when he gets to the 7 Lombardis, I mean, he's tied with the GOAT, but the skill just takes him over.
Can you say, like, the different era being, like, in Patrick Mahomes' favor, too, with, like, all the distractions nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, Brady played in this era, too, though. Like, Brady won a Super Bowl, 4 years ago. So it's not like he was out of the league. He's won,
like, doing this. Like, I mean, like, the back-to-backs and, like...
He's won 2 of the last 10 Super Bowls. Still.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has. So, like, that's my guy, man. I love Tom Brady.
Like,
even though he kisses his son on the mouth, which is weird.
Because you would look at, like, the quarterback thing they did on Netflix. Mm-hmm. You look at that as a distraction. Travis Kelce doing 50 commercials and dating Taylor Swift as distractions.
Yeah.
That's no excuse for these guys.
Tom Brady's teammates were murdering people, and he was still winning Super Bowls.
Well, no one knew
That's
at
a
the time.
distraction.
No one knew at the time.
Gronk's out partying, like,
Bro, dude, his dad got arrested for DUI last week. His brother got
divorced from a Brazilian supermodel and went and won the Super Bowl.
His brother, sexual assault allegations.
Yeah, that's true.
Last year, too.
He kissed his son on the mouth and still want to sit down.
He has to deal with Brittany fucking Mahomes every day. No, I'm just kidding. I don't disrespect my man's wife, but Chris.
What?
Yeah, toss it to me after you disrespect the man's wife. But no, I think Mahomes is. We're all gonna say the same thing here. The more talented pound for pound quarterback. It's just about filling out the resume. That's just where it's at with Mahomes. I watched this guy in that last drive in overtime. You just knew the whole time, and the fourth quarter drive, but particularly the overtime. Mm-hmm. You're just watching it, and he just doesn't make a mistake, and it doesn't even look like he's close to, like, fumbling the game away at all. Yeah. It's just like every single play, it's just like robotic. Like, we talk about, like, Kawhi Leonard that way in basketball, how he just, like, plays like a robot, like a computer. Yeah. That was Mahomes that whole fourth quarter and overtime. It was just, it was just like he was going through the motions. He was always making the right play. There was never any doubt in my mind. It didn't matter how much time. We knew Mahomes was going to win this game.
Tell us about your meat.
He's insane, man. I'll tell you about my meat. My best meat in the game. Fairway Pack Company. For over 6 years, we provide Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the exact same meat. Whether you're looking for dry-aged beef, prime beef, or Wagyu beef, visit fairwaypacking.com, get it delivered to your door, or stop for grab-and-go steaks at Fairway Packing in Brewers Point.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice. One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, spin more racks. Yo,
What up,
Chris,
though?
Nicholas, call off, smash that like button. Time to reel this into a Detroit Lions conversation. Antonio Brown put it out there. You touched on it a little bit there.
Hell
but he
yeah,
said,
CTA in effect this dude, though.
CTESPN. Dude.
Greatest tweet of all time.
Wait, which one?
The CTA in effect this dick, though.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, bro. He's
awesome.
the GOAT. And here's Antonio Brown's tweet. He says, it feels like the Lions would be up 35-10 right now. And I mentioned this in the opening where they would have had the best offense on the field last night. I will admit that. They would have had the best run offense. They would have had that offensive line. How much more do we respect the Lions' offensive line now after seeing what San Francisco did to Kansas City in that first half? They were getting pressure and pressure and pressure, and that Lions' offensive line whooped the 49ers' defensive line's ass. But the defenses, that's the calling card. That's what makes the difference. That is 2 of the top 3 defenses in the NFL we saw playing last night. 2 of the top 4, I'll say, because the other 2 are probably Cleveland and Baltimore.
You want a Brock Purdy to.
But these guys, with the 49ers having 4 first-team All-Pros on the defensive side of the ball, the Chiefs having a couple first-team All-Pros on the defensive side of the ball, I don't know if the Lions' defense would be able to stop the opposing offenses like we saw them each do last night.
Nick, are the Detroit Lions ready for what it took to win that game last night?
I believe this offense is elite, and we just basically choked in the second half with turnovers and non-conversions on 4th down. So, yeah, I believe they do. And if they don't fumble that game, Jahmyr Gibbs, and if they pick up the 4th down with Josh Reynolds, they are in the Super Bowl. And like Chris spoke on earlier in the show, I thought the 49ers were clear as day, the better team on that field. It really looked that way. And that means the Lions hung with the better team in the Super Bowl that just didn't have Patrick Mahomes, is basically what it comes down to for me. Yes, the Lions deserved to be there, and I think they deserve to be there next year. And I think they have a full-on chance to win it, especially with the defensive reinforcements coming in.
I know people want their biases confirmed, but I'm kind of in the camp of Spinny. I don't know if Detroit Lions necessarily had what it took to get the job done last night. I just, part of it is that man Mahomes. And I know we did it at the beginning of the season, but I'm not giving an asterisk to it, but just the context of the situation.
Easy, Tarico.
You were missing, what, because we're both light-skinned? No, the context of it, though, they were missing 2 men that were pivotal.
The second and third best players on their team.
Yes, Chris Jones and Travis Kelce.
Yes.
But there's just context to that situation.
Chris Jones was a monster last night.
That guy
too.
is a beast.
Yes.
And I had it on the prep sheet for a little bit. I feel like we kind of did that debate on Friday. It was like, who would you rather have, Chris Jones or L'Jarius Sneed? Chris Jones.
Chris Jones, for sure.
Give me Chris Jones.
A guy like that
all day.
makes your secondary look so much better.
So
than it
much
actually
better.
is.
And we lived through the Dominican Sue stuff. We talked about that Friday, too. But I just don't know if they're ready for all that. But that doesn't mean they can't. Like, I think if you make the right moves, they could do it. I think the Detroit Lions could beat that Chiefs team if you made it a super team. If I'm being honest with you, I think that's the only way you win the Super Bowl with our style of play at the quarterback position is making a super team.
Yeah.
Because much you watch Patrick Mahomes, although there's only one Patrick Mahomes.
No, fuck that. I hope there's another Patrick Mahomes and we get him.
Yeah, that's
What do you
true.
mean?
But Jared Goff's better than Patrick Mahomes.
Apparently, to some people, he's the MVP. But King Horse says, I can't wait for Nick to drop his new Barbershop Quartet album. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. But that is obviously what the Lions need in the offseason is to add more talent to that defense. The Lions need a number one cornerback. They need another edge rusher. They need somebody on that interior defensive line. So we all know that that's the case. There's nobody out there saying that our defense is on par with the Niners or the Chiefs. So yeah, it would have been a more exciting football game for sure. It would have been close either way, but if the Lions were in there instead of the 49ers, it would have been, in the 30s. So
like Chris's or like Nick's band.
I believe that Dan Campbell doesn't settle, though. Maybe he goes for it on that fourth down. That's like some of the difference in the game. It seems like Shanahan did kind of tense up a little bit.
He went for a fourth down in the red zone that one time. They ended up scoring. I think they got George Kittle. George Kittle got that touchdown.
But in overtime he didn't. Which again,
yep.
I don't. I'm not. You got to kick the field goal in overtime. You can't give it to Patrick Mahomes he only needs a field goal to win the Super Bowl. Yeah.
No, that's where I'm at too. What were you saying though, Nick? I apologize. You think it's a fourth down conversion with a difference?
Yeah, I just feel like we would have kept the ball out of Mahomes' hands more. That would have been our game plan. Running the ball, not fumbling early with Christian McCaffrey, but it's easy to say that now looking into it. But I mean, we took care of the Chiefs on the road the first time. It would have been a mutual sight, So
how do they decide who's the away team in the Super Bowl?
Worst record, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's by record, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know because I'm pretty sure.
No, because the other
Chiefs
San Fran called, right?
Huh?
San Fran called.
San Fran was the away team. Yeah.
They had the better record.
That's weird. Mm-hmm. Probably because maybe the Ravens had the best record in the AFC.
I don't know.
That would maybe make sense.
I don't know. That's a good question. Look, yeah, you mind looking that up? I'm very curious what the answer to that one is. But no, I think again, I'll say it again. I think we have what it takes on the offensive side of the ball. I think between Ben Johnson and what Jared Goff has been as of late, along with the weapons, that you can hold your own at that part of it. But give me some of the defensive side of the ball as at least causing turnovers or forcing field goals in the end. I know they did that again against the Chiefs the first time around, but that's without the Travis Kelce. Give me defensive.
Patrick Ofaria says the San Fran receivers look like doo-doo. Well, I mean, they're also going up against the first-team All-Pro cornerback in Trent McDuffie and another All-Pro cornerback in L'Jarius Sneed. Mm-hmm. Those are two very good guys to have on the outside.
Then All-Pro
with Chris Jones being Chris Jones.
All-Pro defensive lineman and Chris Jones. George Karlaftis looked amazing last night too.
Baller.
For Nick Bolton, we know is a stud as well.
Nick Bolton's very good.
That defense is very, very talented.
Yeah.
Fred Veach, he did his damn thing. That's for damn sure.
All-Pro cornerback showed out.
Yeah.
They alternate every other Super Bowl, so nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter either way. So
yeah,
who cares
just depends who
what
calls
color
the flip.
jersey? I guess it would have been like for us the monochromatic. What? Detroit Lions home next year?
That means the Detroit Lions wear the blueberries in the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. How you feeling? 25 sitting on 25 yeah?
Give me that. But again, if the Detroit Lions want to do it, I think they have to do some of the things we're going to talk about later on the show is acquire these Super Bowl pieces. The way we just mentioned all these all-pros on the defensive side of the ball for actually both these teams, that's what we're going to need to complete the mission, in my opinion. I don't know that the only way they get it done is in a blowout fashion. We're just beating the shit out of guys. I don't know if we go tit for tat against Patrick freaking Mahomes. Mm-hmm. Although he quite literally did it with the Rams. That's a stacked team too, though.
That was
very stacked team.
Very stacked team.
No, Chris.
100%. What?
Are the Detroit Lions ready to do what the? Are the Detroit Lions ready to win that game last night?
Yeah, I think it's a different game, but I think it's a winnable game. I think you like you said, it's not going to be that low scoring because people are talking about, oh yeah, the Lions wouldn't have 3 points at halftime, but they also wouldn't only have let up 10 points probably against Patrick Mahomes. So I think it's a game where it is winnable because you're right, you did beat them without two of their three best players, but it was in their home field, which was an advantage that they wouldn't have had. I feel like the Lions for the Super Bowl would have had the home field advantage because I feel like they are the story. They are America's team, as we've said all year. I think they would have actually had somewhat of an advantage in that game, if anything. But I think talent-wise, I mean, yeah, this offense can score points on anybody, and it's just about if the defense makes enough plays. And that's what it comes down to with the defense. It's always been the variance of the defense. But if the defense had a good game, the Lions could have won.
Buddha says, Speedy Sports, I promise, I mean zero trolling with this question, but what are your thoughts about the Les Snead after his unsportsmanlike conduct penalty? Were you a Snead fan before last night? Legarius Snead, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, Broder asked that in the chat.
What was the penalty? I don't remember which one. Which one did he have?
It was after the play, I believe.
Oh, he smacked that guy in the face.
Oh, yeah, that's when I was...
Was it Debo holding him?
Somebody was holding him, he smacked him in the face. Yeah, doing work.
Shout out Terry Foster. That was the bad thing. Because I remember
for you.
I came out and I was like...
Bathroom.
What?
I was like, what happened? You guys were like, what?
Top 5 moment in my broadcasting career. Pooping in Terry Foster's bathroom.
Yeah, he reacted to getting like kind of held down.
I still like him. Do I think Dan Campbell brings him in? I don't know. I think listening to him like through interviews, it's hard to tell these people because you don't know them as bad.
What do you mean these people?
These athletes. You get what I mean? Like you're not in the draft process like during the interviews to say like they're Dan Campbell guys per se. But,
I mean, I know a Dan Campbell guy when I see a Dan Campbell guy.
You have the Dan Campbell radar.
Yes.
What's the?
I think Jalen Johnson's more of a Dan Campbell guy than Legarius Snead.
I think Legarius Snead's more than a Dan Campbell guy than Jalen Johnson.
They both get tagged.
They're both probably getting tagged for sure. No, I'm still down with Legarius Snead.
Yeah,
I'm totally down for that. He's another big body corner. He's obviously performed at the highest level. I think obviously having the pieces I mentioned before help him do that though. Like George Karlaftis, Chris Jones. There's a couple other guys in the defensive line too. I mean Frank Clark once upon a time as well. But I think Legarius Snead's a dog, and I don't think something like that should stop him. It was a reaction. It wasn't like he went out of his way to be a dickhead. Kind of like somebody else that might be re-signed here. We're going to talk about that next.
Jesus, man. God.
I know, that's unnecessary.
Let me tell you about Jack Labrador. RIP to the same old Lions. And football season is over, but spring training is right around the corner. Make sure you have Jack Labrador on your side. You can go to jacklabrador.gg now and play it. Or you can scan that QR code right now and figure out who wins in a battle of wits. jacklabrador.gg now.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Winning is a habit. So is listening daily to Woodward Sports. We're glad you're a winner, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Nick, if you guys want to judge him, he likes blue cheese on his wings.
Hot wings with blue cheese? Are you kidding me?
No,
disgusting. Ranch all day.
Yeah, ranch all day.
All day. Smash that like button, be friend, tell a friend.
I think I blue cheese how I'm dressing.
Hey, bar. He has another one like that too. 2 Chainz. Like he had bars, but the deliveries are so like.
Oh, he's got a great one,
dude.
but I can't say it on air.
Why?
It's very, very explicit.
Like,
I
feel like you said like way worse things. You're quoting something too.
Yeah, but we'll wait.
Can you say F word or P word, in place?
Snake ass neighbors in my fucking face. Bring your girl here, neighbor, so I can her face.
Oh.
It's a bar.
Here's a classic but good one. I brought some Gucci's to your mama's house just to leave them there.
Yep.
My blank so hard it make the metal detector go off.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And I wish a neighbor would like a kitchen cabinet.
Yeah, no, blue cheese is gross, Dabber.
Yeah, blue cheese is I don't understand how you guys eat that stuff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. Y'all childish for liking ranch over blue cheese. Ranch is just better, bro.
Blue cheese is mold.
He's with me. Let's go.
I think it's both mold. I mean, isn't dairy just mold in general? That's cheese.
Moldy
Cheese is mold. Yeah, bro, that's disgusting.
All right, we'll move on. Mold.
We're moving on. Broder, actually, perfect timing with that question because it kind of segues into a topic. Our guy CJ was pretty, feeling pretty good last night on social media.
Again, okay.
Speaking of 2 Chainz, he posted a video, Big Bank Take Little Bank, featuring Nicki Minaj in them. And then following that, he had this posted on his Instagram story. I think both were on his Instagram story. Don't mind throwing this one up, Chris. It's him. He reposted Deebo Samuel's thing. It says, "See y'all next year," with a heart, but spinny. What color is that heart?
That heart is Honolulu blue.
That heart's blue. He's talking about making money.
Smiling?
He can't be negotiating with other teams. That don't happen for like 16 days or a month, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So it could only be the Lions that like he's talking about making a big bank take a little bank. What do you think is going on there? DJ re-signed the Detroit Lions?
I'm good with it if they do. I'd like that for the Lions for sure. I don't know if they're breaking the bank to re-sign a DJ. Again, and the big bank take little bank thing, I didn't really understand because Deebo's.
Let's play big.
He's gonna make a lot of money.
I don't think it was a deal. I don't think
he already got his
I think it's just like he's about to get money. He's about to get paid.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. And I don't like. I saw fans doing this, and obviously CJ did it. I didn't see many other players doing it. But when fans like talk shit about a team losing in the Super Bowl or in the conference championship game, like Vikings fans, we're talking shit about the Lions winning or losing in the conference. You didn't even make the playoffs. Why are you talking shit? You guys are losers. You don't get to talk shit about a team losing in the conference championship game when you didn't make the playoffs. And I don't like seeing people take shots at the Niners for losing in the Super Bowl when we lost to them in the conference championship game.
Well, I took a shot at somebody I messed with on Twitter because like that's what we do. Trade Marcus, if you don't follow him, he's one of my favorite followers on Twitter. But I took a shot at him, just like I mean, that's my boy though, my Twitter boy. And
that's fine.
But I'm with you on that one. To the Vikings fans, like last time you guys were in the playoffs, you got smacked at home by Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes got him paid.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hear none of that. But what is your reaction to that, Nick? Did you watch it? Did you see the video from? We can't play it because he was like obviously playing music. But what's your reaction to CJ DJ posting the blue heart along with "See y'all next year"?
I think it's good to see that he wants to come back. I mean, he got a very short stint in here. We don't know what he could be. In the biggest game of his career as a Lion, he actually struggled against the 49ers. He did pick up that one penalty against Deebo. I want to see the bigger sample size for the right price, as Spencer said. I'm not going to take snaps away of Brian Branch, Ife Malafanu, who's been coming on super hot. We know the kind of playmaker Kirby Joseph is in the back end. And I just don't want to... They got to get creative on the back end if we are going to bring him back. Because I don't want to take snaps away from those guys, especially a guy like Brian Branch, who got his his snaps limited in the NFC Championship game. So as long as it's at the right price and as long as it's not taking snaps away from Branch, I'm cool with bringing him back.
Yeah, I guess it's speaking talking about if it's a shot, because it can't be a shot at Deebo if like he ain't making as much as Deebo.
Yeah,
so it's got to be a shot.
Deebo
from
just
him
got a
getting
fat
repaid,
contract.
Maybe just being happy that he's losing. I mean, I don't know. Chris, you had your hand up?
Yeah, because thanks for saying that. But
that's every time Chris puts on a grab, he goes, "All right, yep, here you go."
Deebo's base salary this year was $20 million.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's. I don't think it's that. I think it's just him getting paid, right? Chris, what were you about to say?
It has to be.
I was just about to say this is nothing but good news because you look at Brad Holmes and this regime. What have they proven to do? What did they do last year? Jamal Williams was a guy that everybody thought was going to be back, that clearly wanted to be back. And Brad Holmes still made the decision to go elsewhere and get David Montgomery, which we all think is the right decision in hindsight. So to me, CJ DJ saying he wants to come back to this Lions team is nothing but good news because it doesn't mean that Brad's going to overpay to get him. It doesn't mean anything like that. Brad is shown that he is going to make the best decision for this team. He is going to be very wise and conscious of his spending in free agency. So to me, this either means he's coming back at a discount or Brad Holmes is going to find somebody else that he likes. And this is just another player that wants to come to Detroit, which is a good thing to see because, you know, the more players that want to be in Detroit, the better. Then you can pick and choose instead of having to be desperate.
Let him cook.
I have a true opinion on it that I don't want to express until it happens because I want it to happen first in a good way too. By the way, I don't want to jinx anything or scurry anything away from what the situation is. But I think if he's brought back on a highly incentivized contract, I'm all for it. One piece I do believe though that is very, very positive for the Detroit Lions is the fact that he wants to come back. I'm assuming so. Whether maybe the blue heart was just right. You press like your recent emojis. Maybe that's just recently because the Detroit Lions season was over. I don't know. Or intentionally use that blue heart.
It was intentional.
The fact that he wants to come back means, one, you're a little hard on the Leave the Beaver. So is Eddie Rascal, Wally, Miss Cleaver. 2, Tupac, Your Pac, none.
Yeah.
3, people are probably so confused right now.
None.
No, but seriously, I think, 1, he's willing to play in that rotational role that he was kind of asked of him to end the season. Because I'm assuming that's what was explained to him. Otherwise, maybe he's just expecting to go into camp and win the job over. But I still, like Nick said, I don't think you should be taking away snaps from guys like Brian Branch and Fonte Melifonwu, who clearly produced in their roles this year as young pieces too. I mean, I know Iffy, this is his 3rd year here, but it's also his first or second year in that role as a safety. And then the other part of it too is, he wants to come back here because he wants to win. If he's talking about see y'all next year, to defending NFC Conference champions, that means his expectation is to be there again next year. And using that blue heart means with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
So if that's his intentions in coming back, fit in that rotation or fit in whatever the role may be, and competing to win that Super Bowl, then I'm all for it. Because as I said before, if you're going to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback like Jared Goff, you're going to need a stacked roster. And as much as people may think there's some type of beef there between he and I, he's a good player. I've never not said he wasn't a good player. I may have made fun of him when he had a bad game, but I've never not said he was a good player consistently. Even in the little bit of time that he had this year with us, he had impactful moments. The pick against the Buccaneers. I think he had another interception against the Vikings. So if he's coming back and it's for something again highly incentivized or whatever it may have been, bro, it's great news for the Detroit Lions.
It is, and I agree with what Chris said. Well, both you guys said, it's good to have more people want to be in Detroit. It's good to have players want to be in Detroit. And he wants to be in Detroit because Detroit is a Super Bowl contender. Because Detroit is a team that's going to win the NFC next year. Because Detroit is a team that's going to win the Super Bowl next year. So this is somewhere players are going to want to be. And I'm all here for it, man. I expect we'll see what happens, man. I think they're going to bring him back, though. It feels like they're going to bring him back.
Lunchbox Hooligans in Woodward Sports Chat. Signed CJ DJ, says the nickname wrong. So sorry if he was good, but he's been proven to be injured every year. Actually, Fonte Melifonwu in the same time span has missed less games than Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's missed more games than Fonte Melifonwu in that same time span. So to be honest with you, I think that's why you might want to bring CJ DJ back because you don't really know if he's going to, if you could rely on him.
We've had a serious injury in the safety room in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
All the past 3 years, we've had a serious injury in that safety room. So it's definitely good to have the depth there.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And maybe they draft somebody, maybe they sign somebody because Tracy's not going to be there anymore either. And to be honest with you, got to remember too, Tracy was part of the prior regime and he got re-signed. I don't think he fits what AG's trying to do. I think we witnessed that when if he got inserted in the defense, immediately impact, immediately you're blitzing him more often and you're getting there, causing turnovers, sacking the quarterback. Tracy didn't give you none of that. All due respect to Tracy too.
Tracy got benched the last 4 games of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cut candidate.
Yeah.
He's getting cut, yeah.
And then I looked at it. pre-June. I think it's like a $5 million savings for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Maybe that goes to CJ. You know, maybe first year. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm totally cool if he wants to come back. And I think if he does come back, it'll be in the favor of the Detroit Lions by all means, financially and motivationally too, because he's coming back to win. So, with that said, we're speaking on some other Detroit Lions possible acquisitions. People have been in my DMs about a certain defensive end in LA, and now one in Philly. These actually are articles we've written about these guys too. But first, tell us about Big Boy Spinning.
Big Boy, wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or the Santa Fe Garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Your Pet the Best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, and welcome back to World Heavyweights. Smash the like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Time to get some fun conversations. Ones that I've been noticed trending on YouTube. Conversations been trending on Twitter. A lot of people in my DMs.
Yeah.
Asking these very specific questions. Send me send me links. Heavy.com's been kind of heavy on this one. Bleacher Report. I don't know how serious you guys look at those websites. I know Bleacher Report. I'm not gonna say anything actually. Either way.
Yeah.
Let's start with this.
That was close.
2 guys in the possible trade market.
Yeah, trade.
Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa's getting cut.
And Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick officially approved to go out and find a trade that suits him. And then Joey Bosa, if you guys don't know, the LA Chargers are over $45 million in cap space, so they got to make something shake. First and foremost, Vinny, which one of these guys would you rather
Hassan
have?
Reddick, hands down, 10 times out of 10. Joey Bosa, first of all, very questionable behavior.
Yeah.
And I'll say beliefs. He's known for some weird stuff. I don't know if it's true or not, so I'm not going to throw too much dirt on his name.
Relax, Kanye.
Definitely seems. And we've seen him like try to fight fans outside of stadiums and shit. Guy just seems like a dick in general. And he misses 10 games a year for the past 8 years. I want to the last time he played a full season was 2021. And he's only played a full season 3 times in his NFL career. He has played under 10 games more times than he has played a full season. So, I'm good on Joey Bosa. Hassan Reddick, on the other hand, much better fit, I think, next to Hutchinson. We talked about pairing up a speed rusher with Aiden Hutchinson, how well that works when you get a James Houston on the other side, or a Hassan Reddick, who's a 6'1", 240-pound speed rusher.
40 pie.
I was going to say 45, but he's 240. This is a guy who's played 16 games every year of his career. This is a guy who, in his last 4 seasons, has had 11-plus sacks every year. 12.5, 11, 16, 12.5. This is a guy, 12.5, 11, 16, 11. This is a guy you signed. This is a guy I would make a move for. I would definitely take Hassan Reddick over Joey Bosa because of the fit on the team, the Super Bowl experience, and the availability throughout their careers.
Nicholas?
This isn't even a question in my mind. Joey Bosa is not a Dan Campbell guy at all. Yeah, you think I'm going Joey here? Josie. She's on a vacation
Josie and
far
the Pussycats.
away. No.
Josie's on a vacation.
There we go, Spenny. No, I mean, you're going Hassan Reddick here. It's the perfect matchup for guy to pair with Hayden Hutchinson. You know Brad Holmes loves his pairing. But 50.5 sacks, 51 TFLs, 13 forced fumbles in the last 4 years. It is the perfect pairing. And the thing you could do with this contract, if you do get him, I don't know how low they're willing to sell on a guy that has this much production, but you could feed him high money for the next 3 years before you have to get a deal done with Hutchinson. So he comes off the books. Then you give the money back to Hutchinson before the extension gets done there. So I think it'd turn out perfect for the next few years here while he's still putting up this kind of production.
Yeah, I believe Joey Bosa, and here's what it is. If you're trading for Hassan Reddick, you're going to have to give him a deal. Mm-hmm. A big fat deal.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to give him that big fat deal. It's just going to have to happen. This is contract year. If you got him this year, if I'm not mistaken, it'd be, if it's pre-June I was looking at over the cap, it was like $1 million. It was something crazy. Whereas if you get Joey, he's $14 million. Next year, the following year, 32, maybe restructure something. But I also think you're probably giving up less if you're acquiring Joey versus Hassan Reddick. I think
they'll go around the same because of Hassan Reddick's.
I'm talking about trade value-wise.
Yeah.
I think Hassan Reddick probably worth a little bit more than Joey based off the injury
but I don't
history.
think it's going to be too crazy because Hassan Reddick's only a 1-year deal, like you said.
Well, Joey's only played 14 games the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want me to give up high trade value for a guy, and he's coming off a foot sprain too, if I'm not mistaken? Mm-hmm. You want me to give up high trade value? And
he's slamming helmets on the sideline and cussing out fans in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he's got a weird mustache. No
probably just X him off the list, to be honest with you. I don't think Joey's going to become a Detroit Lion. I would be surprised if he did. I'm not necessarily opposed against it. When healthy, obviously the dude's a beast. Mm-hmm. I think him and Aiden. I don't care who you put next to Aiden. I think either situation will pair well for us. But I think Hassan Reddick probably is the better fit. I think Hassan Reddick is the one that would make more sense if you're going to go out there and acquire a high value free agent defensive end. Acquiring Hassan Reddick is essentially doing the same thing. And maybe that the trade value goes a little bit down just because he's only on that 1-year deal and you can't guarantee he's going to re-sign with you. But he's still a premier edge rusher at the end of the day. They're both 29 years old. But as you said, Spinney, 4 straight years with double-digit sack seasons. With multiple teams, multiple different schemes. Hassan Reddick is the one for me, if I'm being honest with you.
Schemes, teams, and dreams. You bring that guy here, man. And again, we've seen the fit work. I understand what you're saying. Anybody, opposite Aiden Hutchinson is gonna have a good day. But who we've seen have the most success opposite Aiden Hutchinson are the speed rush guys. Yeah. It is a Bruce Irvin. It is a James
Even
Houston.
Going back to college.
Yeah, it is a Jabo. You bring him in here. Yeah, you might have to pay him. Front load his contract for 2 years. Say, hey, Hassan, you trying to win a Super Bowl or are you trying to get paid right now? You come here for a year or two, and you do what you did in Philly, you can win a Super Bowl and then you can go get your contract.
Yeah.
And that shit means something to me, man. That means something to players. When you say, hey, we were a Hassan Reddick away from playing in the Super Bowl this year. That's something that will pique the interest of a guy like that.
And I truly believe that too. We asked the question earlier, do the Detroit Lions have what it takes to win that game last night? Right now, I don't know. But if you acquire Hassan Reddick, Hassan Reddick is the guy who kicked Brock Purdy out of last year's conference championship game. Give me him all day, especially when you have Aiden Hutchinson on the opposite side of it, for sure seeing double teams. And Lee McNeil doing what he's doing. And maybe actually developmental piece into Broderick Martin after Terrell Williams coming in as defensive line coach. Sign me up for that all day. And I know AG likes to get a little freaky sometimes, drop in some defensive backs back in coverage. I'm not saying Hassan Reddick's the best at it, but I know he's tried it. He's done it multiple times throughout his career. Give me that all day. Hassan Reddick's the piece I want. Now the question is, what's the asking price you're comfortable with?
A trade value was?
Yeah. Because you're not going to be the only team like gunning for him.
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
do third.
And they're for sure trading him. That's why they drafted freaking Nolan Smith from the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Essentially the same dude.
Fourth.
Well, I hope he could be the same
Charles
dude.
Harris and a fourth.
Fourth?
Charles Harris and a third.
Fourth? You think you're getting Hassan Reddick for a fourth round pick?
Chase Young went for a third. Hassan Reddick, you got to pay him a deal too. A
brother.
conditional third, the last third in the draft.
Brother, Hassan Reddick's... Listen, Chase Young was sacked last night too. All you people trying to disrespect him on the way in, and who said Detroit Lions
Montez Sweat
would
went
help
for
us out.
second.
Yeah, at the time it was kind of like a first.
And it was a bidding war.
There's no way you believe that. A fourth round pick for Hassan Reddick?
I'll go for a third.
I don't even think that's happening, brother. If I'm being honest with you.
Second rounder.
I think at the least you're looking at a second
You don't
rounder.
think the team that is acquiring him having to pay him a deal is affecting his draft stock at all? If he was already on a 4-year contract, then yeah, it'd be a first round pick. But he's not. You have to not only trade for him, but then pay him. That is something that factors in.
I don't know, bro. I think you're wilding over there.
What did Jalen Ramsey go for?
I mean, it's a different position. He's also like freaking 30-something years old. But you ended up going for a third round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a third, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a third.
He's 29 years old.
Jalen Ramsey
is 29 years
Hassan
old.
Reddick is not going for a fourth round pick. I will. What JB do? The double glizzy? I will double glizzy. Double shaboing boing.
No axle grease.
No axle grease. If he went for
Double barrel shaboing boing.
outside. Oh, that's crazy. You had that thing right.
I have it right.
Outside of like injury happening, I'll double shaboing boing. No axle grease if he goes for a fourth round pick.
All right.
4 straight seasons, double digit sacks, brother.
Is Jalen Ramsey now one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL?
4 different systems. Not what he was. No. Not when he was acquired.
Not when he was traded. He wasn't still one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL.
He's definitely he was on the decline for sure.
He looked pretty good in Miami when he was healthy.
So if he's owed $21 million next year, fellas, in 2024, what are you extending him for? If you're giving up, say, a second rounder to get him, are you not re-signing him after the 2024 season and just doing the one and done?
I'm definitely. I think if you're getting up a second rounder, your intention is to resign him.
Yeah, that's why I said like.
Can you pull up what Montez Sweat signed for? Can you do it on over the cap? Just got probably something similar to that. If I'm being honest with you, how old is Montez Sweat actually too? And by the way, too, I wouldn't have an issue with that. If that's what Brad decided to do, like I think we're all kind of like, I don't think it's something they necessarily do. If I'm being honest with you, but if Brad did it, I'm not tripping.
Montez Sweat, 89, 4 years, $89 million.
4 years, $89 million. What's that breakdown to?
98. 98.
So what's that like?
It's $25 million a year, basically.
Like $25 million a year.
Yeah.
You got Jared Goff's contract coming up too. You're gonna have to re-sign Amon-Ra St. Brown possibly as soon as this year. I don't know. That's tough, boys.
What? There's no way.
I don't think this happens. If I'm being honest with you, I've been, some people told me it's been talked about, and then obviously there's a lot of pieces that have to fall in line for it to happen. But this doesn't look like a Brad Holmes move at all, in my opinion. Do you?
The exact opposite from what came out of his press conference. But
Yes.
it just has to. I mean, this is the exact
You're the one who
type
asked the
of
question,
guy,
man.
Exact type of guy that I'm looking for. Blue chip player on the defense that can wreak havoc on a quarterback. I mean, 13 forced fumbles in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
That's just causing turnovers. I mean, the dude's a problem. Anytime you've seen Philly play the last 2 years, he's been an absolute dog on the defensive line. And to pair that with Hutchinson, I just think we can cause so many turnovers in the back end. It's just, can you do it or can you get a contract done for the next 2 years so you're still able to sign guys, obviously, like Hutchinson, Sewell, your blue chip guys that you are the ones that brought in that changed this culture.
This motherfucker
It's just
Eazy
trying to be in the middle of it.
So Zay, which player would you rather the Lions trade for? Hassan Reddick or Joey Bosa? And then at the end of it, I don't think they're gonna make this move.
I said Hassan Reddick.
Yeah.
But I said at the end of the day, I don't think it's a move that's going to happen.
I don't think so either. But
Maybe it's something turning in Detroit Lions
But
circles.
This is the move that a team that is fourth to win the Super Bowl next year in odds, this is a move that they make.
Yeah.
Like, we have to start seriously looking at these players and having these serious conversations because we're a part of that elite in the NFL that makes these moves now.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. We've never been here, so we're not used to it.
And when the Eagles do it for the Lions, because the Eagles are still trying to win a Super Bowl. So they give Hassan Reddick to the Lions, who are a favorite in the NFC.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Hey, we did it for them.
Yeah.
With Darius Slay?
No, Swift.
Oh, Swift, yeah.
Swift and Slay.
Yeah, but Darius Slay, we weren't a contender back then.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we just handed him Swift.
I would love to have a
Yeah, you can
player
go back home.
of Hassan's caliber, but it's not a Brad Holmes move. I can't.
So you don't think he's gonna trade or sign anybody of big value?
No, not really. If he did, I mean, Daniil Hunter's kind of growing on me because I'm seeing like contracts. I think the last one I saw was like 3 years, $67 million, which I don't even know what that breaks down to. You're better at math than me.
22.3.
Like 22. Like I'd be cool with that, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen. I really, if the way Brad Holmes has been playing free agency and just acquisitions like in general outside of the draft has been like those guys in those 1 to 2 year prove-it deals, and I think that's where Brad Holmes is going to go. I think Bryce Huff is a guy you can look towards because he had that 1 year of production. So you take a gamble on him. Okay, hey Bryce, we'll give you 2 years.
I don't want to gamble anymore, man.
I don't want to gamble anymore either, man. I'm gambling. I want to gamble on winning the whole damn thing.
Yeah, it's too much to gamble on.
Stock up. I'm with you too.
I feel like if you sign your big guys though that you need to with a Sewell, St. Brown, I mean those are the 2 guys that are due up. Maybe a Leem.
But those won't affect this. Those won't affect next year's cap. They're all on contracts already.
So then I am willing to gamble personally. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to. No, I'd gamble. I'd gamble with good players. I don't want to gamble with somebody who's only had 1 year.
Yeah.
Like 1 year of production.
Yeah, gotcha.
I said it last week too. I flip-flopped on it throughout the show because I was kind of thinking it out, and I was also kind of drunk. But when I listened to him last week, he kept bringing up like depth. Like he wants depth. He's thinking about like winning in January instead of like
pair and a
pairs. So yeah, we want to pair those things too, but we're looking to win in January. That's pretty good.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
But so I think he's gonna I think he's gonna end up being those type of dudes. Unless something falls in his lap, you just can't resist.
It's fair. Let me tell you about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers more customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. Has been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's a 1-800-STAY-OUT, and let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
B.I.G. It's Big Sean here. Make sure you guys check out Dispo Dispensary. It's the best in the building, boy. Have it at disposhops.com. Deliver right to your door, boy. It's your boy Big Sean right here. Dispo, your local campus plug.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Let's go. What up, though? Welcome back to Little Bitch. Little Bitch. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Sports, live on woodwardsports.com. I'm Eazy, Spin More Rax.
Hi.
You know, Chris, Nicholas Koloff.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Like it's Taylor Swift at a Super Bowl win with no arch in the back. As promised, we're talking some Pistons. Yes. The off season's here, boys. It's got to be discussed. And we're also going to talk some Red Wings. But we're in Jack Labrador for which one's first. I'm Pistons. Jack Labrador.
Let's go.
Yes.
What's going on today?
Christopher. Hello. Fettuccine Alfredo. Detroit Pistons are 2-on-1 with the fettuccine finisher, my man. He's the real deal.
Fetty with the lefty, Feta with the Beretta. This man was doing everything, man. The way he was attacking the basket off closeouts, the way he was playing good defense, he was running in transition very smoothly and keeping up with this very athletic team. Like when Jaden Ivey is pushing the ball up the court, you know, he was running with it. So he looks like a very good addition. I'm really excited to see what Quentin Grimes does for this team. Like Quentin Grimes is the guy I was the highest on coming in. And if Fettuccine is even better than Grimes in contributing, then this was a very good trade deadline for the Pistons, because they really just netted 1 second-round pick, shifted some players around, and New York is in shambles. I don't know if you guys have seen New York Twitter, but they are just in shambles right now. They hate Bojan and Brooks already.
I hate New York and their fan base.
Yeah, I know. They'll calm down, because they'll realize that, Bogey will have that game where he shoots 7 of 11 from 3, especially with all their injuries, and they'll be fine about it. But this Pistons team, man, it's a competent basketball team. You no longer have 8 guys that only do one thing, and they only do it pretty decently. You now have everybody that can play both sides of the ball. You saw a lot of switchability in that Clippers game. That game was so impressive. I know they lost that game. I know they blew a big lead. But you look at this team, and they're switchable. Like when Kawhi was attacking, when Kawhi was attacking the screens, the Clippers are the most ISO heavy team, and that was something that the Pistons struggled with. They struggled with perimeter isolation defense, and they struggled with the pick and roll. And those were 2 things that they looked a lot better at already. Now you give this team 30 games plus an off season to get acquainted with each other, to learn each other's tendencies, to learn how to work with Duren and everything. Like, man, this team has just been incredible to watch, and this is what I had talked about all year. They're going to get better as the year goes on. That's what happens with young teams, but also bringing in these new additions. They look good so far.
Yeah, they look a lot better defensively, and their bench rotation looks a lot better already. These, like you said, these are all long, tall, defender, rangy guys that can go out there. They can play defense on the perimeter, and they make opponents think twice before just easy buckets in the lane. Like Bojan, Alec Burks, those guys were traffic cones. Now you got guys that can actually play some defense. You still got James Wiseman and his nappy-ass hair getting a bunch of minutes for some reason, but I think this new-look Pistons team is more fun to watch. The spacing on offense is a lot better. Like Chris talked about, the switchability on defense makes them a lot tougher on opposing teams. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I saw so far, and that's without arguably having the biggest piece they traded for, the best piece they traded for, play a game yet in Quentin Grimes. So when he goes out there, that's another guy who can shoot, he can defend, he can switch, and he can do a lot of different things. So I was excited seeing that. It looked like Cade, Sasser, and Ivy were a lot more comfortable working in isolation when you have guys on the perimeter that can shoot threes, guys on the perimeter that you can kick the ball out to. Not only can they shoot, but they can pull it down, they can get in the lane if they really have to. So the new Pistons, they looked better, they were more fun to watch, and they were playing damn good basketball. I haven't seen them play defense like they did against the Clippers in like 10 years.
Yeah. It was euphoric watching them. They were up by 12 for the majority of that game. They kind of just, I don't know what happened for them to lose it.
They just weren't making shots.
Yeah. Down the stretch, they weren't making shots.
That's what happens when you have 3 superstars on the other team and you have none on your team.
As much as I like the new look Pistons, I'm still not a fan of like that all bench lineup that Monty keeps rolling out there. Like stagger your guys. Yeah. Stagger Cade, stagger Ivy.
No.
Do what you got to do to make sure like you're not falling short in the second half of those games, because you're already young. It's kind of, I feel like they're already like the inexperience in itself kind of like gives them a shorthand in those comeback situations, or like going up against the rally. But the offense is so much more fluent. I think there's so much more athletic and just want to on defense. The only concern is like what's this look like when Stu comes back. But my solution to it, and obviously not the coach, and I don't, I'm not in the coach's ear to make the decision. Make him the backup 5 at that point, because I think the offense, the way that looked without him in there clogging shit up, Fettuccine. It was beautiful, man. And Ivy's been just playing out of his mind as of late. He's been just balling out of his mind.
One of the longest streaks in NBA history without missing a 3. And that was broken in the first quarter of the Clippers game. It was the longest, I believe, in Pistons history.
Ivy, he hit like 12 in a row.
Yeah,
right?
12 in a row, and it
One
was
of
the
them was
longest.
sexy ass little step back too, little bitch. That shit was nasty.
And this team just has so much. That's why I like these young guys, is because they are all different,
the
but they
effect.
bring something. They bring something. Like Ivy, when he gets a rebound, he can just go coast to coast. And that's just an element. That's just an added possession. Then you have Cade that can bring the ball up, work the ISO pick and roll, and mismatch hunt. Like you have all these different ways to score. Duren's offensive leap, like he's been way better statistically at finishing around the rim. He's been way more efficient with his ball handling, with his passing. Like all of these players are taking strides, and it's no coincidence that it's aligning with a roster that's more fit for modern basketball today.
Yeah.
So this is as excited as I am. This is an indictment on Troy Weaver and the front office that they didn't do this earlier, because this right here looks like a team that could be competing for the play-in. Obviously, with how far behind the eight ball they're not. But this roster, opening day, this looks like a play-in roster.
And I sent a graphic. It's all right if you don't have it, Chris, because I did just send it last segment. But
I got you.
Kevin O'Connell put a list out there of the top 10 isolation scorers in the NBA per metrics. And Jaden Ivey was number 5 on that list. Jaden Ivey so far this year has been a top 5 isolation scorer in the NBA. And when you put a guy like that out there who can get past anybody, he has been stroking that thing, from 3, and you put shooters around him, you put Fettuccine out there, you put Sasser, you put Cade, you put Grimes, you put these guys who can knock down threes, and a freak athlete lob threat and Jalen Duren down in the middle, that makes it that much better.
Yeah.
That is that James Harden-esque offense we saw in Houston when they were going out there and they were giving teams 145 points a night because James Harden was running ISO. You had a lob threat and Clint Capella and shooters everywhere else. So Jaden Ivey can do that. He can run that type of offense for the Pistons. Cade can do the same. And the difference between this team and those teams is this team is playing defense so far. And here are the top 5 isolation scorers. They're ranked by points per ISO, minimum of 60 possessions. Jaden Ivey, number 5 on that list. Listen to the names he's behind. Kawhi Leonard, DeJounte Murray, who's having a fantastic year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's a top 3 scorer in the NBA, and Steph Curry. And then Jaden Ivey's number 5. And Therese Halliburton and Nikola Jokic, probably 2 of the top 5 MVP voters so far. This is a fantastic list to be on, and it's extremely impressive to see what he can do. And like I said, they are opening the floor up for him. They're opening the spacing up for more isolation plays with guys like Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, and Marcus Sasser with the ball in their hands.
Yeah, if you're going to share the floor with Cade and Ivey, you can't have guys clogging it up. You need space.
There was 2. I don't know if you didn't read that part, but at the bottom it did say Cade ranked 46th out of 60th in the players that qualified. Yeah. And that's somebody I really expect to jump with this, because teams were all season, when you have Killian Hayes and Asar Thompson out there, you're sending 3 people, 4 people in the case of Duren as well. You're sending 3-4 defenders at Cade, and he was getting tough look after tough look. So this is something that's really going to help Cade Cunningham. We're seeing Ivy thrive in it, but I've always had confidence in Ivy's ability to ISO score, and I think Cade's an even better scorer than Ivy, especially as a in the mid-range game. Yeah. So I think that this is something that you're going to see Cade really jump up, and if Ivy maintains this level, and you have 2 very good isolation scorers, plus you have what the intangibles that Asar offer, that Duren offer, and the shooting and the bench, this is a team, man. And Sasser is one of the top 10 shooters in the NBA right now from 3-point. This team is really, really good with a lot of young talent that's very promising. There's a reason that despite the 28-game losing streak, guys like Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, the real ball knowers in the NBA are saying, I don't know how this team is losing that many games. This team is good. How many times do we hear Paul George talk about Cade's got a bright future? Westbrook saying Ivy's got a bright future. People saying Duren could be the best center in the league. All the players around the NBA are very high on these guys. They have a lot of young talent, and now they're finally putting a roster around it that allows them to thrive. And
Gigglestick, no, the Pistons, also funny name, the Pistons did not become a contender overnight, they revamped their bench rotation and their supporting cast of guys who can play defense, who can switch on defense, and who can shoot the ball, which is, like Chris mentioned it, a lot better for modern basketball.
Yeah, we've been waiting all season for this team to be at least watchable. And now the last 3 games, it's been fun. It's actually, I've enjoyed watching these games and seeing the growth feels like night and day. But the biggest thing for me, I didn't even know that stat on Ivy. It was just strictly eye testing me. And even just in these last couple of games, it looks like Cade's gotten more open looks because of Ivy driving. And I think that needs to keep up in this game. And then when we talk about Fettuccine, he's got sneaky athleticism, honestly. And that's what we needed because he's pump faking off the rip, taking two steps and dunking on people. Like, this is what we needed, a little spark from the bench on this team. I wasn't too high on the guy. I didn't know much. I thought he was just a straight shooter. I wasn't hating. It was a little bit
you were being mad.
I didn't say this guy sucks. I said this guy can shoot
go back
from
to your
three.
country.
I said this guy can shoot from 3. But yeah, I am excited.
I did hear you call the WAP. I'm not gonna lie.
What Grimes is gonna bring, I'm excited.
You're coming after my brother, man.
So
you said something rhymes with Fago.
Yeah.
My question for you guys: when Grimes comes back, do you think he's starting?
I think so.
At the 3.
I do.
And then with shooting around, who's playing the 4 here?
I think Fettuccine plays 4.
I wouldn't mind that at all because then you have Cade and Ivy.
I think it should be Cade, Ivy,
shooters.
Grimes, Fettuccine, and Duran. I think that would be your best starting 5.
I like that.
And then have Sasser, Asor, and Fournier. Fournier come off the bench.
Troy Brown looked good.
Troy Brown
looked pretty good.
Except in the second half, he started breaking a lot of threes.
Muscala?
Shake Milton. Muscala's a solid.
Muscala's got to be playing.
Muscala could start at 4 too.
Yeah.
Muscala could start at 4.
Back up 4.
And then you could have Fettuccine come off the bench with the bench mob.
When he's healthy.
Because he's not back.
But all I know is they got a lot of long guys who can play defense and shoot. So it's good to have in this league. And let me tell you guys about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Merch? Head over to woodwardsports.com. Get you some of the latest sports gear.
Q featuring
and the
Sean
best sports
Don.
gear in Detroit. You got hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. Go to woodwardsports.com. Click the shop tab today. Little boy.
Merch.
Hey, what up, though? It's your boy Sean Don with the heavyweights, a place to be, little bitch.
I'm going to take my time,
Can you Big Sean?
No.
Let's hear it.
Not going to try.
Why?
All right.
He just says the N-word.
B.I.G. Sean. I know how to rap like him, but I don't know if I can just talk like him.
All right, go.
Hey, it's your boy Sean Don with the heavyweights. I don't know.
It sounds just like you.
Does it?
Yeah.
That was literally spinny as
You do
spinny.
it.
That was you were just throwing
I
up
just
at
did
him.
Do it again.
Little bitch.
That.
Yo, what up, though? It's your boy Big Sean with the Woodward Heavyweights. Make sure you smash that like button, little bitch.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Nick?
Little bitch.
Little bitch.
Chris, you got one?
Definitely not as
Do you
good
guys
as
have a go-to that you can impersonate, like rapper-wise?
No. But
I don't think so.
No.
Christopher Walken. What I'm gonna do?
The real deal.
The real deal. Speaking of the real deal, the Detroit Red Wings. But honestly, the Detroit Red Wings are the real deal. They are the team this year that is going to make the playoffs outside of the Lions. They are the hope for Detroit to get some playoff games in LCA, and right now they're in that position. They are in the playoffs. If it started right now, the Red Wings would make it. So I love that so far. They got a big win versus the Canucks at home, where they came back from 3-1 in the third period to win by a penalty shot in overtime by Jake Wallman. It was a great game. DeBrincat dropped the gloves again, and they ended up coming back. Like I said, they scored 2 in the third period.
What happened when he dropped the gloves? Little bitch.
He fought a big guy. He
What happened?
He didn't get embarrassed. It was just everybody started getting a little chippy.
Ooh, what do you think of the Ottawa thing?
Huh?
The Ottawa scrap.
What about Ottawa?
The Ottawa brawl. The late goal.
Slap shot.
We'll talk about that. We're talking about the Red Wings.
All right.
Because the Red Wings are ready to go. The Red Wings are ready to make this playoffs, and Steve Yzerman is going to be a buyer. Steve Yzerman is going to buy the deadline.
What?
And I think he's going to poach another player off the Ottawa Senators.
Poach chicken.
I think Chychrun is going to be a Red Wing for the playoff push. I think they're going to go out there, bring in Chychrun, have him be one of their top 4 defenders. You're probably going to have to give up Johnny Burgers and somebody else as a prospect to get him. But Ottawa likes Johnny Burgers a lot, and Chychrun has made it known that he wants to get out of there. So if you bring in a guy like that to shore up that first 4 defense, you have Lyon playing very well, and this offense clicking. Patrick Kane's coming back. He is lifted off IR. I expect this Red Wings team to make the playoffs, and I expect them to make some noise in the playoffs. I expect them to win a couple games, even a series in the playoffs, because this is a tough, scrappy team with great offense. They have one of the best power plays in the NHL, and now they've got a goalie who's standing on his fucking head most nights. So if you can go out there and get Chychrun, bring him in here, that will make you you could probably jump past Toronto in that playoff race if you go out and get Chychrun. So you're starting a tough West Coast road trip pretty soon. Yeah. But I'm excited to see what the Red Wings could do. Nick, how you feeling?
4 of them things coming up.
I'm feeling really good about the Red Wings. And one thing that you said is I don't know if Steve is ready to buy all in, but I certainly hope that he does, because we have guys behind Berggren like Casper, like Danielson, Mazur, elite talent that we should be willing to give up on a prospect now that's 23. He should be NHL ready, but he cannot make this roster right now.
Yeah.
And I believe that's why he's still down with the Grand Rapids Griffins. But I would be willing to give up on a guy like Berggren to bring in elite talent on the D-line, because that's what this team needs.
I would as well. I think you look at it, and like you said, I think you got 3 forwards that are going to be better than Berggren, with Mazur, with Casper, and with Palinka. On top of that, you need that top 4 defenseman this year. And I thought it was going to be Simon Edvinsson before the season started, but it's not looking like it's going to be him. So if you can go out and you can get a Chychrun to bring in here and pair him with the Gostisbehere, that would be a great pairing, because obviously Gostisbehere struggles a little bit in the defensive zone. Chychrun can make up for that, on top of being a very good offensive defenseman as well. I think he would be perfect. And then next year, when you're really trying to make the push, you have Edvinsson. You bring Edvinsson up, and that first 4 of Mo, Wallman, Chychrun, and Edvinsson would be nasty. So I would be willing to give up. I love Johnny Burgers. Like, I've talked about him for the past couple of years. I love him. I love what he can do. Every time he's brought up to the Wings, he makes something happen. Like, he scores goals.
He produces.
You got 3 guys behind him, I think, as forward prospects that have more potential. I think this Palinka kid is going to be a fucking stud.
Axel.
Like a stud.
The Swede?
Yeah. He is going to be an absolute stud.
Him on the power play, put him at the circle, like one-timers for days. Like, I mean, just a ridiculous comparison here, but we're talking hockey, and I love it. He's like Ovi with the one-timer. Jesus. No, seriously, his highlights are insane. But the thing to me, we've been absolutely dominating in January and into February with this first game here, but we have a super tough 5-game stretch here.
Big road trip.
Yeah, we got at Oilers, at Canucks, at Calgary, at Seattle, and then hosting the Avalanche. What do you think that the Red Wings can go in this 5-game stretch? I think they need to at least get 3 dubs here.
Yeah, I think.
And
yeah,
that's
I was
hard
going
to say, but if you're a playoff team,
I was going to say you need to get 6 points. At the very least, you need to get 6 points. I would like 8, but you need to get 6 at least. And I think they can. We saw them do this last year. The same fucking exact thing happened last year where they had a West Coast Canada road trip. They went out there and they swept it. And if it wasn't for Rasmussen getting hurt, that team was flying high and they would have made a harder push into the playoffs. But Rasmussen got hurt. They lost a bunch of momentum after that road trip. I think they could do the same thing. Like, we've played hard with Edmonton this year. I think we can go out there and get a dub there. You need 6 points on this road trip at the very least.
They always play up. And to be honest with you, like, I think there's more of a season-defining, I guess, stretch. Not only because, like, the caliber teams are playing, but we saw last year Stevie Y, when they didn't do too great, I think it was against Boston and Toronto. We bombed against, and then he started selling the deadline.
Yeah. It was 2 straight at Ottawa.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, we had 2 games back-to-back against Ottawa. We got bullied because Rask got hurt.
I'm sorry, I was thinking Boston because that's where what's his name got traded. But for the same reason, though, these like 4 stretch, they got to prove to Stevie they're worth buying into.
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's a great point there, Eazy. And one thing I've been keeping my eye on all season is where this playoff run, or where their odds are to make the playoffs. And currently, they are minus 150 to make the playoffs. That is the highest it's been all season long. And I mean, I just love to see it. So hopefully they do continue to prove that to Stevie that they're worth buying into. And like Spenmo said, watch out for, how do you pronounce his name? Chychrun?
Chychrun, yeah. And Dabber says this is only Evanson's second year in the AHL. Spencer, he's very far away from in danger of being being the guy. I didn't say that I don't think he's going to be the guy. I just said I thought he was going to be the guy this year, and he wasn't. But I still think the kid's going to be a stud, man.
Hater.
And going forward, yeah, it's just going to be a tough road trip, man. If you can get 6 points out of this road trip, that is a win. That is a win, and I really think they can. I really think they can with the way they're playing, with the way Alex Lyon is playing in that fucking net, man. He's been playing lights out, wall of pillows back there. So I'm excited to see what they can do on the road. They're going to be playing some tough teams, but that's what you got to do. Like if you want to be a playoff team, you got to beat fucking playoff teams. And you're going out there, you're going to play 4 playoff teams, and the East is not slowing down for anybody. So you're going to have to keep picking up points because the East is loaded. And if you want to stay in contention, you're going to have to get those tough points on the road. And I do think they can.
Last question to you here before we go to break. Do you guys approve of the gritty? The celebration from the wall, man.
Absolutely.
I fucking love it.
He originated on the ice. Yeah, that's him. That's him all day.
I love the gritty. I love Wallman, man.
Wallman's
Kid's a scrapper. He's got a
hometown
sniper.
Kid.
Yeah, hometown. I love Wallman, and I love the gritty. Let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
SwissINS.com is where you guys need to go to get in bed with the best. That's my guy Mark. Mark at SwissINS.com. Whether you
could have said anything.
And auto insurance. If you want to get freaky with the best, that's Mark at Swiss.
Market's wild.
I love our sponsors. I feel like Mark and Swiss is the only sponsor that I haven't met, and we said a lot. Like, send him your mock drafts. Send him all this. You want to get freaky with the best? Like,
You want to get freaky with the best? Mark and Swiss.
Shout out Mark and Swiss.
The real deal. We gotta get that as a drop too.
If you guys ever meet him, if he comes to the studio, I feel like he just sticks you.
Steve Wild says Spenmo claims to go to PFIT, but I've never seen any video to corroborate. You can ask Chris.
Bro, he posts on his story.
Yeah, Chris
white
roasts me all
girl
the
gym
time.
selfies every day.
Almost every day.
No, Spinny's snaps are the best.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Mailbag, Eduardo O'Neill. Draft question for you. Last year, knowing that what we know, if a 6 Anderson was there, do you grab him over Gibbs? And if you do that, who do you grab at 18, Gibbs or Laporta? Yeah, I would grab Anderson over him. And I don't know if Gibbs would be there at 18. I don't know if either of those guys would be there at 18. But if they both were, I would take Gibbs.
What was the question?
You taking Anderson at 6 if he's there? And then if so, who would you take between Laporta and Gibbs at 18?
In a redraft?
Yeah.
Taking Gibbs at 6.
Over Will Anderson.
Oh, over Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably take Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at 18, Laporta and Gibbs are on the board. Who are you taking?
A-Chain.
All right. Mailbag. Spencer, how excited are you that Michigan State beat Illinois? I'm so pumped up about this team. It's a great win. It's AJ Hoggard masterclass. Like, this is what we expected Hoggard to be doing this year. Maybe not every night going for 20 plus, but he looked confident. He was making shots. He was getting to the lane using his big body. I loved it. That is a big win. That's a Q1 win. You needed that really to cement. Now I don't think they're going to be one of those, first 4 games where it's the 2 teams that win to go to the bracket. I think they're going to have a cemented spot going forward, whether they're a 7, a 6, whatever they end up being. I do think this is the game that cemented them outside of that spot. So it was a great win. It was fun to watch. They look great. The away fan, Trey Augustine and the Spartans won the duel in the D. He's looking great too. Yeah. Trey Augustine is the future for Red Wings goaltenders. He is a stud, man. Spartan dog, hometown kid. Like, this kid is going to be great. Great. He is going to vault Kosa, I think.
Gold medal.
Yeah, gold medal as well. Kid's a monster.
Exact opposite of
I can't believe how
Kosa.
much you hate on my guy Edmondson.
Huh?
Can't believe how much you hate my guy Edmondson.
Yeah, can't believe it.
Who would you rather have a jersey of, Edmondson or Goff?
Edmondson. Hockey jerseys are just better.
That is fair.
The Red Wings have one of the most iconic jerseys of all time. And hockey jerseys are my favorite jerseys to wear, like, normally.
Mailbag.
I got to get a new Red Wings jersey, though. The only Red Wings jersey I have is that Datsuk.
Siderman all day.
I would get, I would, dude, I want to get a Trey Augustine jersey.
Huh?
I want to kind of wait it out and get a Trey Augustine jersey.
Honestly,
that's going to be a while.
For love for being like a guy from here,
Wallman's, Larkin.
Yeah.
Kopp. We got a lot of Michigan guys.
DeBrincat,
yeah.
Actually, probably DeBrincat because he's like, I want to go there. I want to go back. I want to go back home.
Yeah.
No sandy cheeks. I want to go home.
Today's arm day, Steve Wilds.
Who is your
Monday's
gotta have
arm day.
free agent or draft pick?
Gotta have for the Lions?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to just roll with Daniil Hunter, man. That would be the best case scenario for me.
Yeah.
I think you could get him on a 1-2 year deal because he's going to want to win a Super Bowl. I really do.
Best free agent defensive tackles. I mean, am I allowed to say Chris Jones or no? Because it's like not like a realistic one.
I don't know. You can say it if you want.
You can wish it if you want.
Steve O'Baby, mailbag. Spencer, rate on a scale of 1 to 10 on Easy's driving skills. He's a good driver.
Yeah. He's a good driver too.
10.
He hates roundabouts.
I hate roundabouts, man. They just sketch me out. And there was like 5 of them in a row when we were going to Terry's. That shit was pissing me off. And then the easiest way home, on the way to Terry's, it had me getting on and getting off like 6 different freeways, taking a bunch of roundabouts. The way home was just one street to 696, and then 696.
That
I was like,
wild.
dude, what the fuck? Why did it make me do all this bullshit?
What's the verdict on Chris's job? Is he keeping it?
What is it? 150.
Smash that like.
Yeah. How many likes we at? 150
Let's
likes.
see.
You can see Chris's face tomorrow.
We are at 105.
Oof.
Oh, you're
You're
fucked, buddy.
Chris.
Do you get like a 24-hour like window or? In fairness,
No, I think that's just it for me. I think
just it
that's
for
all
you?
she wrote.
All right, man. Catch Chris in the Rap
No,
Tape podcast.
God, please, no,
When I said what
no.
podcast would make you to plug the time and stuff like that too.
Mailbag Easy's hitting skills. What do you,
Oh, that's awful.
Well,
That's
we
bad.
typically
What do you
record every
mean by
Friday
that?
and upload every Saturday.
I think it's from baseball.
oh yeah, no, I got Easy with a nasty changeup with the Punchki. Struck him out.
Is it Pass Fast Tuesday?
Huh?
Is it Pass
It's
Fast
tomorrow.
Tuesday? It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
I know they were doing some event down at Easter Market or
Are we
Brewery.
doing it
You guys
again?
want to hit a couple
Saturday.
tomorrow?
Yeah,
Hit a couple punchkis?
I'm down, dude.
Are you working tomorrow, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh,
Punchkis suck. I'm putting that out there now. Punchkis
Punchkis
suck.
What?
I hate cream filled
Absolutely.
anything. Pause, except for leave a shoddy with a little cream
Except for
filled
Lady
something.
Jane's.
But relax, bro. Relax. All right.
Cream filled
I'm
Jane's
not
are the
trying to
best.
get. I'm not trying to get the bodies dragged through the streets.
Oh
but
my god.
Punchkis suck. Because jelly filled, cream filled, no thanks. Custard sucks in general. Like I don't like Boston cream donuts either.
Yo, you're wild for that one.
chill-
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie.
I
But
feel
the
like-
jelly ones suck the most. Cream.
I would much rather have a jelly one than a cream one.
Disgusting. Much rather the cream one.
I feel like not like just for getting it's Fat Tuesday, you go into work and like somebody picked up like a dozen of them. I'm definitely smacking one.
Somebody-
and that's
somebody-
when it's the best. When you didn't eat breakfast, you see a donut. Like
Somebody
that's
hooked the
what's
boys up with the Punchki conies.
Punchki conies.
Yeah, it's like a Punchki cut in half with the coney dog in it. That's the most Detroit shit ever.
hype. That one sounds a little gnarly.
That'd be better than a regular Punchki.
I'd do a Punchki coney review. Why not?
Would you do a Punchki beer?
I saw cannoli filled Punchki. Now that would be fucking good, dude.
Cannoli fill.
Like the filling of a
Cannolis
cannoli.
have cream in it too.
Yeah, but that's better. It's not like the it's different texture, man.
What are we doing?
It's a way different texture.
What are we doing?
Like custard is like pudding. Yeah, that shit's gross. Pudding sucks, dude.
Do you remember your 40 time from high school?
My 40 time in high school, I think it was
Yeah.
a 5.2.
I think that's what mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna
That's
run
crazy.
a 40 here, boys?
No.
Who was
Easy to blow
that in the
him-
chat?
blow him
Yeah,
meniscus
because we had
and
health
shit, bro.
insurance. Maybe get me drunk enough. I'll race Chris's friend on
my
ice.
God, that was so funny.
That was wild.
But that'll do it for
My
us
mom's
today.
stripping and was
Appreciate
busting.
y'all tapping into the
Little
Woodward
bit.
Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you smash that like button.
Little boy.
Cash
Straight
for
cash,
Easy,
Toby.
for
Straight
Nick,
cash,
for
boy.
Chris. I am Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.